So we're going to continue with the I AM Discourses from where we left off, which was just finishing off Discourse VIII, Part 3, and then we're going to be moving on to Discourse IX. So to continue from where we left off, add to all commands on going out of the body that ye retain the conscious memory of whatever you experience. Stick right to a thing from the start and know that whatever knowledge you need will be forthcoming instantly. When you allow the attention to become fixed upon a thing, you at that moment give it power to act in your world. Benediction. Thou great happiness, the mighty presence and power which I am, I qualify thee to go forth in the heart of mankind, anchoring there and filling their minds, bodies and homes, filling them with thy great happiness. Open the door of their consciousness so that the mighty power which I am can come forth in full perfection. O mighty presence, hold the children of light in the individualities of God. Hold them close in thy embrace, letting thy quality flow forth in their command, filling them with great peace. O mighty presence of justice, enter in and reign in all official places. Let the destructive intent of mankind be revealed, that it may be cast out and be consumed. Let the fullness and power of thy radiant light enfold all, and thy glorious transcendent light fill all places. Okay, we shall move on to Discourse 9. I'm just going to get some water. Discourse 9, October the 30th, 1932. Invocation. Thou mighty, all-powerful, active presence, God, we ever grow in deeper praise, thanks, and gratitude to Thee for Thy life, Thy light, Thy intelligent power, manifest everywhere in the universe, for Thy active presence, manifest in the body, the mind, the home, the world, and affairs of every one. Enable us to understand and feel Thy radiant power, always active in our worlds, affairs, and businesses, knowing no single activity can go wrong, for Thou dost govern all action in Thy love and justice, guiding and regulating all. Thou mighty supreme ruler of the universe, whose law is justice, whose power is invincible, protect America in Thy great blazing loving presence. Reveal to the authorities of the United States of America any wrong activities. I am the mighty channel of justice, claiming all, now and for all time, that they serve only the cause of America and the light of God. No human thought shall enter in, no human hand shall be raised against her, for she is sealed with the love of the great ascended host of light forever. Mighty God of the universe, Thy love, light, wisdom, intelligence, and justice shall fill every office in the land. All political graft shall be wiped out forever, and Thou shalt reign through Thy creation, through Thy children in perfect justice to all. I bring you greetings from the great host, ever watching and ministering through their divine radiation, to heal and bless, enlighten and prosper all who will accept. The discourse. One of the great needs of individuals, and even of sincere students today, is to feel the necessity of giving time, morning and evening, to sincere meditation, to the stilling of the outer activity, that the inner presence may come forth unobstructed. Meditation really means feeling the active presence of God. Therefore, when one attempts to enter meditation, he or she cannot drag all the disturbance that has beset him or her during the day along with them. Therefore, consciously remove from the feeling and attention every disturbing thing. Enter into your meditation to feel the presence of God, and do not revolve your troubles. When the statement was given, "Know the truth, and the truth shall make you free," it meant the recognition, acceptance, and activity of the mighty I Am presence. First, no, I am is the first principle and absolute certainty of freedom now. Second, no, I am the active presence governing all manifestation in my life and world perfectly. Then I have entered into the truth which shall bring all freedom. I must relate a thing that would be most laughable if it were not really serious. You would chastise it and rebel considerably if your little pet dog continued to carry bones from the alley into your living room. You would think he were doing that which is very much out of place. Do you not know, beloved students of truth, that when you allow your minds to dwell upon disturbing things or experiences, you are doing a great deal worse than bringing bones into the living room? The unfortunate thing with students and individuals which seems so difficult for them to understand is never under any circumstances try to hold the water that has gone over the wheel. In other words, the unpleasant experiences, losses, or any imperfection that has passed over your wheel of experience to the present time should never be held close to you. They have gone over the wheel. Forgive and forget them. To give and forgive is godlike indeed. For illustration, if an individual or group of individuals has gone into a business undertaking and through lack of understanding it has failed or gone to pieces, it is always because inharmony in the mental attitude and feelings. If every individual in such an association would take his stand and hold it that there was only God in action, only the most perfect success would come out of it. Since the individual has free will, if he will not control his own thoughts and feelings, he will wreck things for himself and others. Such is the great law. Unless every individual corrects his or her own thought and feeling, and keeps it so, everyone who manifests in the physical form today has made plenty of mistakes, sometime, somewhere. So let no one take the attitude, I am more holy than thou, but each one's first attitude should be to call on the law of forgiveness, and if he be feeling or sending criticism, condemnation, or hate to another of God's children, a brother or a sister, he can never have enlightenment or success until he calls on the law of forgiveness. Further than this, he must say to that person to whom he was feeling disturbed in any way, silently, I send to you the fullness of the divine love of my being to bless and prosper you. This attitude is the only release and freedom from the seeming failures of the outer activity. For individuals to continually revolve in their minds and discussion in a business project that has disintegrated will surely in the end destroy themselves if they do not face about and through calling on the law of forgiveness find complete conscious release from the entire situation. Now, this isn't just Saint Germain and Jesus Christ and Nada and the Great White Brotherhood. This is every ascended master that has ever existed. Every single one has said you need to forgive yourself and everyone else. You can't hold on to clutter and regrets and headache and heartache and mistakes that you made. Everybody makes mistakes. We all make mistakes. You have to learn to use the law of forgiveness and truly use it. When you've truly used it when you don't keep getting these repetitive thought loops of intrusive thoughts going round and round your head and your mind of these mistakes that you've done to others or that others have done to you or that you've done to yourself. Okay, so yeah, that's just something to bear in mind. This is every single ascended master, every great master and every great teacher, every great guru and every great sage has said the same thing. I've studied all the religions to a certain degree. There's many religions like such as Hinduism, and as I've studied Hinduism quite a lot, there's one or two more religions that I really do want to study a lot more, and that I need to study a lot more. But all of the teachings are the same. They're all the same. All of these great masters and teachers are saying the same thing, that your feelings and thoughts create your reality, and that you need to forgive one another and yourself. Okay, to continue. For an individual to hold an attitude of revenge for any seeming wrong, imaginary or otherwise, can only bring upon himself incapacity of mind and body. The old yet wondrous statement brought down to us through the ages, unless you are willing to forgive, how can ye be forgiven, is one of the mightiest laws for use in human experience. Oh, that individuals and many students could only see how they hold to themselves the things they do not want, by allowing the mind to revolve upon the discordant things which have passed and cannot be helped through the outer senses. The greatest thing that all mankind are seeking in reality is peace and freedom, which is always the doorway to happiness. There is only one possible way to receive this, which is to know God, the I Am Presence, and that this presence is the only acting intelligence in your life and world at all times. Then stand by this and live it. One of the most amazing things that it has been my experience to witness since coming into the ascended state is the distorted idea of freedom, financially and otherwise. There is but one sure certain rock upon which to build your eternal finance freedom, and that is to know and feel with every fibre of your being, I am the wealth and opulence, the substance already perfected in my world, of every constructive thing that I can possibly conceive of or desire. This is true financial freedom, and will bring it as surely as is maintained, and it will not get away, I assure you. On the other hand, mankind may use, knowingly or unknowingly, enough of this God I Am presence or God energy to accumulate through the outer activity millions of dollars, but wherein is his certainty of keeping it? I assure you it is impossible for any being in the physical world to keep wealth that is accumulated without his being aware that God is the power producing and sustaining it. You see, before your constant illustrations of great wealth take wings overnight, as it were, thousands within the past 4 years have met with this experience. Even after the seeming loss had occurred, they had been able to take their firm conscious stand. I am the wealth, God in action, now manifest in my life, my world. The way, the door, would have immediately opened for them to have again received abundance. Why do I say again to have received abundance? Because they had built the momentum and had gained and attained great confidence. Therefore, all requirements were at hand, ready for further use. But in most instances, they allowed great discouragements, often hatred and condemnation, to enter in, which shut and locked the door to further progress. Now let me assure you, beloved children of God, there is no outer condition ever existed in this world so bad, so disastrous, but that there is the I Am in active presence of God, with the eternal strength and courage of this universe, to again rebuild you into the freedom and independence financially and every other way. I especially want the students who come under this radiation to understand this, because in this day of falling thrones and governments, individual fortunes and otherwise, they need to know and understand if their wealth has flown away through ignorance of understanding the I Am presence in them. God in action is the sure rebuilder of their faith, confidence, wealth, or to whatever they wish to direct their conscious attention. Thus they allow this mighty inner energy to flow in their direction and desire, which is the only power that ever accomplished anything. Every individual who has seemingly expressed a loss of wealth to any degree should immediately use the marvelous statement of Jesus: I am the resurrection and the life of my business, my understanding, or whatever the thing I wish to focus my attention. I tell you frankly, beloved students and individuals, There is not the slightest hope for you in heaven or earth so long as you persist in holding with your consciousness thoughts and feelings of criticism, condemnation, or hate of any description, and that includes mild dislike. This leads